Nobody was allowed onto this island for over 50 years, and I found the answers to why in these declassified CIA documents. According to these files, the entire island was once a top-secret military base, extremely fortified and hidden from the outside world. But things only got stranger from here, because as I kept digging, I began to come across the same chilling story. During the island's military occupation, those living nearby began reporting unusual lights in the sky and unexplainable noises coming from deep within the island. It led many to believe that secret experiments were being conducted here. Now, to this day, no official evidence of any experiments have been found, but the island hasn't been open to the public for very long, and due to its isolated location, few ever visit. So I decided to set off on an adventure to find out whether the rumors of secret experiments are true. I went deep into the most remote corners of this island, and what I found was not only completely crazy, but also may have never been captured on video before. So without further ado, let's jump right into the adventure. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to one of the most remote islands in Europe. It was a wild journey just to get here. There's no direct ferry. We've stopped off at 2 islands so far, and every time the already quiet boat has gone quieter until it's just a handful of people. We were heading straight into a storm, but eventually through the waves and mist, I caught my first glimpse of Lovo, and as I reached the shores, I was more than just a little excited. We made it! But now came the next challenge, getting to the Airbnb. I had to hike an hour along the island's main road, and that's when I noticed something pretty strange. I hadn't seen a single person or car, just a few friendly dogs. Eventually, though, I did find this helpful map that allowed me to navigate to my Airbnb. Made it to the Airbnb, where I set up and prepared to delve deep into this island's mysterious history. Alright everyone, I just want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Manta Sleep. As someone who goes out on adventures, I always want to make sure that I'm recharged, and with the Manta Sleep mask, I'm able to put this on and just trust that I'm going to get a really good night's sleep. It is so good at blacking out the light that I've got a full studio light on me, and it just seems like I'm in pitch black. I've never before been able to take quick naps, but with this thing, I mean, it's not magic, but it's almost magic. I've popped this on the plane or when I'm out camping, and I can sleep like a little baby deer in a tree. I don't know if they sleep in trees, but you sleep really well, is what I'm trying to say. These are fully adjustable, and they just cup around your eyes, and it's like lovely little hugs from an angel. It's honestly very comfortable, and it's super good quality. Also, what I love about this, it has Bluetooth headphones built in, and you can't even feel it. So it's been so good in like hostels and hotels if it's really loud, and I can lie on my side with this head mask. I've never been able to do that with earphones. It's honestly just epic. And if you guys are interested in picking up your own mask, head over to mantasleep.com and use my code JOSH10 to get 10% off your order. We sleep every night, so why not do it the best way possible? Now back to the adventure, hurrah! Alright, so now that you've seen how I've arrived here, let's go start our hike, because we got so much to see and uncover and so many questions to solve. The goal of today is to explore this region of the island, try find any traces of military testing. We're gonna go to an underground military base that was on some CIA documents that I found. But the ultimate goal of today is the tallest point of this island, where the most paranormal activity apparently happens, so we're in for a treat today. The road literally follows the rim of the island, but we will be heading inland soon, and that's when things are going to start getting crazy. So I have come on to a now even quieter road. Crazily, when I read the CIA documents, which all just sounds insane to say, but yes, the CIA documents talked about a large underground military base at the end of this road that was heavily fortified. Why would you heavily fortify this area specifically? Maybe you're trying to hide something. And the clues are all going to be at the end of this long, winding road. It's so exciting. And speaking of exciting, I think I can see the first military structure sticking out of the trees in front of me. Oh, look at this. We are getting the evidence of a military base. Obviously, we're just entering the main facility now, because this would have been the old barbed wire fence. Look at that. You got another one at this side. So now that I've passed these, I've now truly entered the military facility. This whole island was, but obviously this area was extra protected. You gotta wonder why. Some sort of structure here. This looks like an old guard station. Yeah, the gate's been removed. Quick look inside. This is like where you'd have a guard. But as I moved past the abandoned guard post, I soon stumbled onto something completely unexpected. Look at this. This is insane. There's so many around here. Even through this tree here, there's another one. This is an enormous complex of ruins. And you can tell it's not been abandoned long. All right. I got my mask on. Let's go see what we can find. Look at this place. Oh wow, a lot more remaining in here. Still the flooring remaining in this building. This is crazy. Oh my goodness, I reckon that's one of the beds that the soldiers actually slept on. Let's go upstairs, see what else we can find. It does look like there might have been a fire. You can see there are some dark spots. I don't think I've explored somewhere abandoned so well intact. I mean, look at this. Genuinely think none of this is recent rubbish. I think it's just been left here. Still got the door here completely blown off the hinges. Looks like in there had a mirror and a sink. So I can really find the bathrooms. Don't know what that says. Looks pretty creepy though. Wow, it's 3 stories. Well, this is just straight up the roof. I think this really shows how newly these were abandoned. Look how good the wooden beams look. Yeah, so far I'm not really sure what this place was. Hopefully one of the other ruins in this complex will give us some more clues. Let's head deeper into the complex. I was a little tired at the start of this adventure, but nothing wakes you up like some ruins. And you can see all the ruins are covered in big trees. Pretty common in military installations, so that it's less likely to be able to be seen by bombing planes. Now that is unusual. Someone has definitely made an effort to make sure no one's going in this ruin. There's been no graffiti, really, except for on this one as well. Very strange. But as I ventured deeper into the maze of ruins, things only got stranger. Oh, that definitely looks like a Yugoslav symbol, doesn't it? I began to find more and more locked up buildings, and it seemed like someone really didn't want these specific ruins explored. But why? So my guess is they're being used as storage, or there's something inside that people don't want me to see. I kept searching until I finally found one building that wasn't sealed up. So I looked for a way inside, hoping it might reveal what they were trying to hide here. Found a way inside. Whoa. What was going on in this room? What on earth is this? Wow. So obviously there was large equipment housed here, somehow connected to this massive thing. Tell you the weird thing though, this definitely used to be a doorway. It has been nailed shut by debris. Look at that. And this is definitely a shower in here. How weird is it that people really showered here, and the last thing they would have thought, some Irish dude with a mask on was going to be like, wow, look, a shower. I have no idea what this room is, and I have no idea why half the building's been blocked off. Why only half of it? Why not this part? Whoa, look at this, still a bit of machinery left. Okay, could this be an old washing machine? I mean, it looks like a washing machine from an alien planet. But it could, right? Maybe this is a laundry area. I feel like that's a very innocent option. You can see what looks like clothing inside. This is definitely the closest I've been to feeling like I'm in a zombie apocalypse. My goodness, what is going on here? Alright, this seems to be the end of the facility. We got one more ruin to check out. It looks like in the best condition of any of the ruins I've seen. Hello? Just while I turned off the camera, I actually heard a noise like someone zipping a bag in there. Okay, going carefully. Obviously these places are perfect for anyone homeless or doing other things to live in, so. Heading inside. Just seems like in a lot better condition. I think these were painted on in the original one. I don't think this is graffiti. Look at that, you can see where a big light would have been up there. Look at that, you got a much clearer S here. Plug socket. She got the decorations on the tile. Even somewhere to put soap. This is definitely the best preserved ruin, and I think it's because it is kind of in an awkward spot hidden behind the trees, so I think it's the least explored and the most sheltered from the elements. So this is where I heard the sounds coming from.
such a big room. That felt really loose there. Need to be careful. That is definitely the remnants of a bed. This is something here.
That is it for this facility. I've now definitely explored. Apparently there's a whole part of this military base underground, and there's meant to be a ton of fortifications, so this is obviously not the area they were trying to defend or hide that much. I think that's going to be deeper in on the island, so... Alrighty, back on the road. But that was very cool. That's obviously where everyone's living. Look at the views beside this road. Maybe the reason they chose an isolated island has nothing to do with trying to keep things secret and more to do with it just being stunning. Okay, it looks like the remains of another guard post and a gate. I was now entering one of the most remote corners of the island, where I hoped I would find the underground base mentioned in these CIA documents. I followed this old military road, hoping it would lead me to some kind of hidden entrance. But I had no idea just how insane things were about to get. It would be really cool to go off trail and see if there's anything hidden just beyond the trees. The issue with military sites is that they often left behind a lot of mines, of which you can never be sure if they really cleared them up. So I'm going to stay on the paths because I like having my legs. I'm just trusting that this road's got to lead to somewhere. People would have had to deliver equipment to a large underground military base. My hope is that this road leads to an entrance. Look how isolated we are, just out in the middle of the ocean. And until 20 years ago, me doing this right now would have had me at the minimum arrested. All right, decisions. Arrived at a crossroads. We got a little path there. I think first I'm gonna do these two big roads. I gotta keep an eye out as I go past these trees. I reckon if there is an entrance, they're gonna be well hidden. This is obviously an area of the island did not want people accessing. Coming up to a big old opening here. Look at this. Definitely been flattened out for some reason. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. I reckon that's an entrance. Oh, but I hate to say it, I think it is locked. Look at this. I mean, enormous. You could fit a missile in here. Yeah, look, it's locked. It definitely means we have reached the military base. I just gotta find a way underground. Can't go this way, unfortunately. And then here you've got a little guard post. Let's see what's at the end of this road. Whoa, what is this? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look here, they've actually got netting here and they've put rocks in it. I reckon this is old camouflage netting. My goodness. This place was never meant to be found. But it looks like it is locked as well. Yeah, look at this. That is so annoying. What is going on in there? These still seem like really major entrances. My hope is I can come across a smaller one. This is very cool. It means most certainly I'm on top of a military base. I'm gonna keep looking around, see if I can find another way underground. Oh, we got something here. Some sort of metal box. Wow. Well, this definitely housed a lot of electronics. Look at this. Electronic wiring would have gone over this. This was a major power generator, I reckon. It's a little bit funny to have such a big military base hidden underground, but then maybe have the generator powering it, not hidden at all. I gotta question the design on that one. I mean, I am a little bit worried I won't be actually able to find a way inside the base. But as I continued to follow the dirt road, I soon found a small overgrown trail. I'm gonna trust that the mines are gone. So I decided to follow it. I pushed through the thick overgrowth, hoping it might lead to a hidden entrance to the underground base. But as I neared the summit, something strange caught my eye just off the trail. Look what I am just passing. That is air ventilation shafts. But that means I am still on top of the military base. Oh, I see a structure. Whoa, here we go. Oh, it's a big structure. See the rocks on top? It was built to be camouflaged. And here's the entrance. Wow, big metal door. They did not want people coming in. Let's head inside, see if we can go down. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You've even got some remnants of what was written on the wall. This is actually crazy. I mean, we've got a really good chance if I can find a way inside of seeing some evidence. There might literally be documentation left, but it does not look like there's any way underground.
Yeah, so this is just a guard tower. They would have had maybe a big gun or machine gun here, but it is not a way down into the actual military base.
It's cool to see documentation still left in there. Might just find a way underground into this military base. We might actually find literal written evidence to support the fact that there may have been secret military testing going on right here. I'm literally so close. Like, look at this. More air filters because I am standing on the military base. I just gotta get inside. Come on. It looks like here is another structure, and this one is sunken into the ground. What is this? It's nothing. I for sure thought that was going to be a entrance underground. I'm gonna keep looking around the summit, see if I can find anything else. Just as I say that, I have once again stumbled across something. This has to be an entrance underground.
Darn it! This is just to store ammunition so it couldn't get hit and explode. Man, oh man, I am not getting lucky in finding this entrance.
All right, I'm gonna keep looking around. So here you see these concrete pillars built in. My guess right here would have had a large cannon. You put a gun there and shoot out to sea to defend this. So I've just looked around the summit, and unfortunately I can find nothing other than the structures I've explored. But we're not giving up yet. I'm gonna head back to where the road split up into 3 places, and hopefully the smaller path leads to a lesser known part of the military base that will not be gated and closed. And this is our last hope of getting underground. Hopefully this trail will lead us to an underground entrance. Certainly a lot less maintained than the other one. Yeah, if I can't find a way underground here, it's gonna be all for nothing. Anywhere here could be an entrance. I don't want to miss it. So this road has been leading me to this last little hill on the end of the island. And look at this. This is yet another layer of defense. That means to reach here, you'd have to go through 3 layers of defense. Let's continue on and see where it leads. I'm really out here. I'm right on the edge of the island. The most remote part. What were they keeping out here? This area is creepier. I can't explain it. Oh, we got a small shack here. It's just shallow, nothing inside. But maybe we're getting closer to some more installations. This looks like a large gun placement, but nothing else so far. There's gotta be something here. I've been on the trail for a while. Oh, that looks like a path. Let's see where it goes. That looks like a concrete structure right there. We might have found our way inside. Okay. Yes. This is what I was looking for. Oh, I just saw this little concrete path, and it looks like it has led me to the entrance to the base. Finally. Oh, yes, 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 we found it.
Look at this. Super well hidden. Look at this. The electronics boxes. It looks like these are the remnants of old beds and chairs. And there we go. This is an entrance underground. Okay. I was so excited to find the entrance, I forgot that now I have to explore an underground abandoned military base that's top secret and maybe had secret tests going on inside. So now I'm a little nervous. So, first thing I'm noticing, big metal door. Oh, look at this. All the storage. It's all still here. You got even the light still on there. If they locked this, you are not getting inside. Let's check out this small one. Oh my goodness. Look what remains here. Oh my word. Oh my goodness, you've got the full electronics still here. Flip switch here. This place is in insane condition. And it goes a lot deeper. Look at all the wiring still here. Okay, let's go inside. Got here, oh my goodness, everything is still here. The condition is insane. And that is a big dark tunnel with a big metal door. Oh my goodness, this is a deep, long tunnel. I actually cannot believe I can just come in and explore this. See the lights still there. this tunnel just keeps going. And you can see no graffiti. This place is always extra scary when there's no graffiti. You know they've not been explored much. My word. This is a huge tunnel. I think it's branching out now. What is in here? Oh my goodness, look at these pipes. I haven't seen any pipes like this in the other areas. What on earth is this? Maybe some air filtration unit? Oh my goodness, there's so many documents. Look at all the documents here. Whoa, this is wild, look at this. Still pencil on here. I think they had to leave in a hurry because you would definitely destroy these documents if you had time. And the other thing I'm realizing is this is really turning into a maze. I need to really make sure not to get lost. Oh, this is obviously the old bedding. Just rotting away. Glad I got my mask on. I think this is the area where people would sleep. Look how cool it is, the metal doors though. I think it is incredible. Super high security here. Kind of looks like a handprint. A little bit creepy to find in a deep tunnel. Okay, alright, I need to be really careful. I could so easily get lost. There you go, still got writing. Some more writing here. Golly, look how crazy this is. Huge doors. Gosh. Wow. What is that machinery though? This is weird. Stuff on the table here. This is a huge complex. Look at this, it's turned into like a cave here. There used to be caves here, but they built the actual base into the caves to save time. Big metal. I tell you, that's a bit weird. Whatever is in there is gone now, and it's been pried open. Look at that, just bent. This is obviously where guards could shoot out of. Okay, let's not let this break on me. Hope that's... Oh, that is a lot of bones.
Things were starting to get really creepy, but as I ventured even deeper into the maze of tunnels, I was about to uncover something even more insane.
Whoa, what is this? Oh, this is where you pick your guns. Maybe this is where the ammunition was kept as well. You literally see where the butt of the rifle would go. Wow. Oh, this place is a serious maze. Wow. There's just so much left. What is up here? Coming out of the bottom. Oh my goodness, look at this. Big machinery here. Oh my word. Look at this. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I just found an enormous gun. This place is heavily defended at one point. I have never seen this before. Look, I don't even know what kind of gun this is. Even the electronics in the gun. And I think these would actually be blankets for the soldiers. Oh, so obviously I've just come out to a pillbox. Wow. Look at how well this is hidden into the cliff. They built the rocks around it. But I think that this gun has been blown up on purpose. You can see here, something blew the barrel open. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I know I say that a lot in my vlogs, but I think it's safe to say that this is a pretty insane find. Definitely used for coastal defense, this part. There's so many tunnels still to explore.
As I continued exploring the tunnels, they began leading me out to even more defensive posts, all still holding the military cannons inside.
It literally looks like a grenade has gone off in here.
So much had been left behind. Even jackets from the soldiers still lay on the ground. It really seemed like this place had been left in a hurry. But why? Here is what little information I did manage to uncover. It was likely built around 1945 by the Yugoslav military, who were stationed here all the way up till 1992, when at the collapse of Yugoslavia it was then abandoned. Before leaving, the soldiers likely destroyed many of the weapons, so they couldn't be reused. But then here is where things take a dark turn. When I talked to locals, some of which actually knew people who worked here, they said that these specific bunkers had other functions beyond just defense, particularly during the Cold War era, and that at the time there was even a hidden morgue inside. So whatever was going on here, it still remains a bit of a mystery. But luckily for me, I still had one more chance to find answers, as there was still one final place to explore before the day was done.
Alrighty, I managed to find my way out. Oh.
That was super duper cool. Alright guys, I am back on the trail. Now I had one last place left to explore. Perhaps the most isolated point of this entire island. Today, that same area is known for reports of paranormal activity, ranging from UFO sightings to ghosts. It's also the highest point on the island, and when I checked it on Google Earth, I did spot what looked like hidden structures on the summit. My hope is that by exploring this area, I'll be able to uncover the truth behind the mysterious lights and sounds. Ooh, I just saw a big snake. I was just a bit shocked. I actually should have turned the camera. My bad. Anyway, apparently there's snakes on this island. Maybe the remnants of military testing. They turn people to snakes. Alright guys, I thought it'd be a great time to tell you a bit more about just the crazy history that this island actually holds. In the 1700s, this was believed to be a vampire hotspot. So much so that actually vampire hunters had to come to drive the vampires out of the island. And were they actually ever able to do that? I mean, I don't know. I haven't been sucked on yet, so I'd say they did a good job so far. To reach the highest point of the island, I had to follow this road, which is a bit of a mystery in itself. According to maps, it leads only to the summit and then just ends. It suggests that there must have been something important up there. And after a short walk, I actually found a clue to support that theory. It was an abandoned guard post, which would have been used to guard the road up. Clearly, not everyone was welcome at the top. Wow, look at this road carved into the mountainside. That is insane. Why would you spend so much money to literally blast through the mountainside to create a road that nobody uses, unless it was leading to something that was very important and worth a lot of money? It seems like a whole lot of effort for a whole lot of question marks. It's not leading to anywhere according to maps, so why this? Already getting some awesome views. It just keeps going up and up. Ooh! This midday heat is kicking my butt though. Almost there now. As I continued hiking up the road, I finally caught my first glimpse of the mountain I'd need to summit. And I think I can see some sort of structure on it. But as I made my way towards it, I suddenly stumbled across something unexpected. 2 bathtubs to keep us company, which is great. This is an abandoned building that would have stored electronic equipment. Whatever this building was providing electricity for has now been abandoned because the wires have been cut. And I can see the whole other side of the island. Oh, looks like we have found some sort of building. Wow, it's actually huge. Let's go inside and explore it. It has seen better days, that's for sure. Oh, enormous empty room in here. That is a crazy view though. I reckon this is part of a military installation for sure. Now let's continue on up to the summit. We're almost there. Final push. Oh, we have made it to the summit, and look at that. That is definitely a radio tower. The only thing is it goes a bit against my theory. That's not old. Oh, it's always cool to see these though up close. Now the path goes a little further along, so I'll go until I hit exactly the summit. See if I see anything else. Oh, and I do see something else. Now this looks a lot older than the radio tower. Look at this. Oh wow. I don't know if it looks military exactly. I haven't really seen this roof on many military buildings. Let's go inside. Okay, as you can see from the cross, this is definitely an old church. The opposite of a military building. But something I didn't realize at the time was that this church has some pretty crazy history. Built back in the 14th century, it was where local shepherds would come to pray. But one day, when pirates tried to invade the island, locals rushed here praying for protection. And then, out of nowhere, a storm hit and destroyed the pirate fleet. That miracle sparked an island-wide celebration, still held every year to this day. Alright guys, so that is going to be the end of this adventure. But that's okay, because this is just part one of exploring the most isolated island in Europe. I'm gonna be heading to 2 more regions, and I found loads of evidence to suggest that there's more military presence in these parts of the islands. Subscribe for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Lovo, for being stunning. See you in part 2.